everybody. I wanted to show you a couple examples of some problems on page 704. If you have your workbook and you want to open your book over to 704, this will help you. It's not the pages you're going to complete today, but you can kind of see what I'm expecting. So you're going to use your conversions that I listed on the blog. You can write those on another piece of paper. You can just have them up on your computer screen as you work in your workbook. I ended up writing these down because this is what I'm going to use for this page. There's actually 4 that I provided for you. Now, in the lesson that I taught you, we talked about how if you are going from a bigger unit of measurement and converting to a smaller unit of measurement, from feet to inches, you are going to multiply. If you are going, again, from a bigger unit of measurement, yards, to a smaller unit of measurement, inches, you are going to multiply. So let's look here at this. Now, I know you're probably looking at this and saying, oh no, it's asking me to go from inches to feet. Not really. This chart gives you the feet, and it's asking you to convert to inches. So again, you are going to take this number and you are going to multiply the number of inches. So for the first one, it says, if there's 1 foot or feet, 1 foot, how many inches are there? It's going to be 12. We know that because we multiplied 1 times 12. How about the second one? Same thing. We're going from feet to inches, so we're going to multiply that by 12 because that's the conversion units. 2 times 12 is 24. How about 3? Same thing. We are going from 3 feet to inches, so we're going to multiply that by 12. I'm going to say 36. And the next, 4 feet. How many inches? I'm going to multiply that 4 times 12 and get 48 inches. Over here, it asks you to list the number of pairs in the last column of the conversion table. So it's saying that there's 12 inches in 1 foot, 24 inches in 2 feet, 36 inches in 3 feet, and 48 inches in 4 feet. Now, at the bottom, we're going to actually use the second one that we looked at. And this is going to ask us to go from inches to yards. Uh-oh. This looks like I need to get out another color pen. Because do you guys see what we're doing? I didn't think there was one like this. I said I didn't think there was one, but we're going to do it together. Okay? It's asking us to go from inches to yards. So let's think about operations. If I'm multiplying to go from my bigger unit to my smaller unit, the opposite would be to divide. So on these problems down here, I'm going to divide. So if I have 36 inches, it's asking me, how many yards is that? Well, that's a pretty easy one because our conversion table right here tells us 36 inches is 1 yard. But it gets a little harder here where we have 108. That might be a good reason why we have an extra sheet of paper that helps us out as we solve these, right? So, on my extra piece of paper right here, I am going to say, I'm going to need to do a little division. Because it's saying I have 108 inches. How many yards is that? My conversion rate is 36, so I am going to have to do my division. Okay? Now, this is pretty difficult. On this, I'm going to show you how to do it by hand. I'm going to allow you on this, if you need to do it and use a calculator, you can, because I want you to just practice the process of multiplying and dividing and what to do. So for this, you divided 36 divided by 36 and got 1. If you did 108 and you divided by that by 36, what would it be? So for me, if I had to do this by hand and I wasn't sure, using the strategies that we know, we end up getting down to, and we get back to, it's 108, and we have to figure out how many 36s are in 108. So this is what I would do. I would try, I know that if I multiplied by 2, that wouldn't be enough. That would get me to about 72. So I'm going to try multiplying it by 3 and to see if I get close. Oh, look at that. If I multiply 36 times 3, I get 108. Exactly, with nothing left over. So that tells me that there are 3 yards in 108 inches. I would do the exact same thing here. 216 divided by 36 to get my answer. And then the last one I would do, I would say 252 divided by 36 to get my answer. I'll tell you a trick here. I automatically know that this one's going to be 6. Do you guys see how I know that? Because I know that 108 divided by 36 is 3, and this is twice as much. So I know that it's going to be 6. This one's a little harder. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say 36 times, trial and error, 7. Yep. Ooh. Sorry, that's a 2 right there. And that would be 7. But on this one, and I'm going to tell your parents, I'm going to send them an email tonight, if on some of these, if you have something like this and you need to be dividing by these big numbers because you are ending up going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, smaller unit to a bigger unit, you can use a calculator on these. I really want you just focusing on the process. Okay? So I am going to have you do today problems on page 705. I'm not going to have you worry about 706 today just because I think we've covered a lot. Good luck, and I will see you after the weekend next Monday.